We're at the Cubic Shot Game Preserve and Tactical Range. We're going to go out and see if we can find a few of these pheasants. It looks like we've got a real nice dog here that's all ready and raring to go. All I got to do is be able to hit them. I have something new here that I'm really looking forward to trying. It's Cubic Shot shells. It's supposed to open up the pattern a lot more, and that's what I need. It's about the size of a pickup truck. So we're hoping for the best. We'll give her a try and see just exactly what happens. Tom, I've never even heard of this Cubic Shot shell before. And today we were out there for these pheasants. I was just amazed how quick it had put a bird down and how nice, open, and dense the patterns were with this. What can you tell us about this?
Well, the shell aerodynamically is very poor, so when it comes out the barrel, it opens up immediately. Okay, this is not a long-range shell. It's used largely as a brush load. Okay, it shows a very even pattern, but by virtue of the four corners, each pellet weighs more than a round BB, and if it hits on a flat, it imparts only energy. If it hits on the point, it goes in further than a round BB. So it's actually a very humane shell as far as the game goes. It's an old-fashioned shell because I think almost all the ammo companies in Europe load this, the Cube. But you'll notice here that I have the shot, and then I have a Italian cork, and then a plastic gas seal. We cut the shot in Germany, we use an Italian cork, and we assembled it in France. We use a French or an Italian case, but the Americans were so suspicious of it, I made the round transparent because they kept cutting it open looking at the cubes. They didn't believe it had cubes in it. And, but there was a great many grouse around here, and that's why I brought it back to this country. But I have them in 12, 16, and 20. and the 16 and 20 are opaque. You can't see the BBs because we couldn't get the cases at that time when we were loading them. But the diameter of this thing, or the width of the thing is a cube is 0.95. That's the same as our 7.5 round, except it has the 4 corners. And then by the virtue of the 4 corners, it weighs more.
Yeah, so it would be a little heavier that way.
So it has the weight of a 6. So anyway, it is quite different, and I'm the only source of this here in the States, but it's largely a great grouse round. That's why I brought it back.
Well, I was really impressed on these birds, how fast it seemed like you could almost see the shot opening up. Yeah. And at 20 yards, 25 yards, boy, it was just devastating on these birds.
Yeah, well, there again, it's not a long-range load. It shoots about, I'd say, 35 yards would be the maximum range for it. See, and then it's just like somebody shut them off. It just, but, where most of the kills are made, between the gun and say 30 yards, and it's very. It's a very good round when your opportunities aren't too good. It's very good over a dog on a hunting preserve. It's very good, a pointing dog, and it's very good on in the brush on grouse. That's largely what it was for. It's also, the smaller gauges is great for quail. Well, it's really a great quail. Quail fly very fast.
Yes.
And this is very good for this for the quail.
Well, I noticed too, instead of the shot cup, like we have in all of the standard shells today, instead of something like this, you use these card wads. You said a cork wad, and that would also help to disperse that pattern a little bit.
What happens here is it doesn't use the pedal wad like the conventional shells. Yeah, it uses the cork, and then I use a plastic gas seal, and then we put the shot on top of it. That's it. We don't use the pedal wad. But there are some rounds that are loaded in Europe that do use the pedal wad, but it has a tendency to hold them open, or hold it closed.
Tighter pattern.
A little tighter pattern. But this seemed to work the best for us, and this is in the length for the American.
70 millimeter.
Yeah, 70 millimeter, 2 3/4.
Yep.
In Europe, I think these are 67 and 65 millimeter length. They're a little shorter.
Yes. But that's the old 2 9/16, right?
Yeah, that's the old shell, the old casing, and of course, basically all our shells here are 2 3/4, and so that's why we made this case. This is made up for the States. But we cut the shot in Germany, we use an Italian cork, and we use a plastic gas seal, and we assemble it in France.
So when we go out to hunt pheasants with these shells, we're really supporting the international market. Tom, I can't thank you enough for telling us about this. These shells I was really impressed. I think they're really neat. And they sure did prove their worth today. They knocked those birds right down.
Yeah, I thought you was the greatest shot in the world.
Not me. I was standing behind you watching. Thank you very, very much.
Not a problem.
We understand how hard you work to collect your pelts. This is why NAFA works so hard for thousands of North American trappers. With the only wild fur promotional program in the world, NAFA is increasing the demand for wild fur. And with over 400 international buyers competing in our auction room, NAFA always gets the highest prices for your fur. Please visit nafa.ca for more information.